Returning to my Coin Lady channel, I am pleased to see you again. This channel has long discussed tokenization, and I now believe that tokenization has completely dominated the institutional side of things. We know the blueprint for this, thus tokenization must be a daily topic of conversation on Wall Street. It is well known that major institutional investors, such as BlackRock, are fully committing to tokenization. The most unbelievable aspect is that the tokenization industry is just approximately $15 billion in terms of on-chain TVL. As I've already mentioned, the whole addressable market is in the quadrillions. So there's a lot more money to talk about when it comes to tokenization than just 15 billion. Just because we're witnessing a small amount doesn't mean tokenization won't grow into a major discussion point. This will be all over the place. Some time from now. On the screen, we'll see this figure, 14.8 billion. On the blockchain, this will swiftly balloon into trillions of dollars. By the way, tokenization is something to think about. For instance, in the stock market, just $17 million worth of stocks have been tokenized. Nothing at all. Approximately 534 million held by institutional funds. Approximately 11.2 billion in commodities. Nearly $11.8 billion in private financing. Beyond that, there isn't really much related to other markets, for example, 121 million worldwide bonds. I agree that stable currencies have been huge, but when we get down to brass tacks, there's a lot more cash to be had. But I think we're about to witness all of the things that have been holding us back from aiming for huge sums of money finally fall into place. This way, we can go. Right now, we have Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev pleading with the SEC to modernize investor responsibilities and legalize startup ownership tokenization. This is fascinating because, once again, the major actors are now forming a line. Finally, what am I trying to convey when I say that? Well, we ran across Larry Fink of BlackRock again the other day. For starters, Larry Fink initially brought up the idea of tokenization in December of 2022. BlackRock has been fully committed to tokenization during a weak market, when no one was looking. BlackRock may have been planning to launch a tokenized stock exchange as recently as last summer. Who knows what they have planned? Regarding that, we haven't heard much about that, although they mentioned it on CNBC recently. Now Ondu has stated that they are pleased to be leading the charge in a major economic revolution around the world. That is something we will revisit. However, the strength of BlackRock is what I want to emphasize here. Returning to the topic of Bitcoin ETFs, which I have raised on numerous occasions, they were able to get approval for those ETFs very immediately after submitting their application for their Bitcoin ETF. Gary Gensler went so far as to say he was hesitant to authorize them, but ultimately explained that he felt he had no choice. Whenever BlackRock gives you orders, the play they have at their disposal will force you to do it. This comes from one of the major participants in the industry, BlackRock. A few days later, Robinhood joins the chorus, urging the SEC to relax investor regulations and permit companies to use equity tokens. I sense that we are about to cross a threshold. With the ability for banks to hold digital assets and cryptocurrency, we are witnessing a monumental change in tokenization. I have the impression that the entire market is going to explode soon. Tokenization is a technological leap forward from our present stock markets. Also, we have Robinhood, CEO of Vlad, from rwa.xyz, the same website I was demonstrating to you all earlier, to have it. If the United States wants to keep up with the rest of the globe, it must participate in tokenization. This is in reference to his exhaustive analysis of tokenization in this article about the US's need to catch up. This is hugely important, you know. It is entirely up to you whether you wish to peruse it and read it. That being said, I will not squander your time, but I thought this piece was excellent. If you happen to be in the area, this was also an excellent read. Apart from this, though, let's visit Ando's post once again. Because of this monumental change, Ando takes great pride in being a trailblazer. You may call it what you want, but Ando is already collaborating with BlackRock, the Biddlephone Fund, or the Construction Fund. That is an intriguing link to consider, considering it was recently revealed that Ando collaborated with Ripple on a project involving the integration of USG into the XRP ledger. We are thrilled to be partnering with Brad Garlinghouse and the Ripple team to bring USG to the XRP ledger. Under our shared focus on compliance, liquidity, and institutional-grade innovation, we are furthering American leadership and tokenization. Updated Wall Street, it's almost here. We will tokenize the stock exchange, thus that is one of the most important parts to pay attention to. There will be a stock exchange on-chain. Tokenization is the future of the stock market, bond market, and equity market. This holds great importance. Real-world asset tokenization has increased by 85% in the past 2 years, and it's possible that high treasury yields and regulations implemented during Trump's administration will lead to even more rapid growth in 2025. Additionally, RWA.XYZ released the Trump administration has gone from being crypto's harshest critic to its fiercest proponent in the span of a week, according to a fantastic piece on the subject, and the United States is now positioning itself to be a global leader in financial innovation. Let me tell you what went down and why we think tokenization is a good idea. The cryptocurrency market was mostly unregulated until quite recently. Tokens were not clearly defined as either securities or commodities. New frameworks were requested by the sector, but they were obstructed by the unwillingness of the Biden administration, or, more specifically, by congressional deadlock. Then Gary Gensler arrived. With over 100 lawsuits filed against crypto firms, SEC Gensler decided to regulate the industry via enforcement after classifying almost all crypto assets as unregistered securities. Go elsewhere with your cryptocurrency initiatives. The message was loud and plain. Within a week, the Trump administration had shifted the tide entirely. Crypto crackdowns were lifted by Gary Gensler. Stop it. With the appointment of Mark Uyeda as acting chair of the SEC and the hiring of David Sachs as AI and crypto chair, the PayPal mafia promptly establishes a crypto task force. It didn't end there, though. Trump also created a high-level crypto working committee headed by David Sachs, and important vacant cabinet officials, and signed an executive order prohibiting CBDC in support of stablecoins from the private sector. It wasn't merely a change in policy. The United States went crypto. Regulating the crypto business was never its first priority. Thanks to the Republican-controlled House and its crypto-savvy leadership, we should expect crypto measures that have been sitting there for a while to move swiftly out of committee. What we anticipate is a final resolution to the long-running dispute between securities and commodities, as well as clear asset classification. The viewer's presence here is greatly appreciated. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye for now.